Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for September 3rd, 2025. Firstly, President Trump has announced plans to deploy National Guard troops to Chicago, a move that has sparked controversy and debate among lawmakers. The decision is seen as an escalation of the administration's efforts to address crime in major cities, but critics argue it could lead to further militarization and undermine local law enforcement. In other news, the president has also announced that the U.S. Space Command will be located in Huntsville, Alabama. This decision is expected to bring over 1,000 jobs to the region and generate significant investment, but some lawmakers have expressed concerns about the potential consequences for existing military installations and job losses in Colorado. And finally, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has arrived in Beijing to attend a grand military parade alongside Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The event marks the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II and is seen as a showcase of China's growing military prowess and solidarity among three key rivals of the United States. These stories are complex and multifaceted, with significant implications for national security, economic growth, and global geopolitics. We'll be providing in-depth analysis and updates on these developing stories throughout the day. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, in a notable escalation of efforts to combat drug trafficking, the U.S. military has conducted a lethal strike on a vessel carrying drugs from Venezuela. This operation marks a significant step in disrupting and dismantling drug trafficking networks in the Caribbean. We'll be discussing the implications of this strike with our defense analyst later in the broadcast. In other news, the International Association of Genocide Scholars has accused Israel of committing genocide in Gaza, citing widespread destruction of civilian infrastructure, blockade of essential goods and services, and disproportionate use of force against Palestinian civilians. The international community is calling for immediate action to address the deteriorating situation in Gaza. Lastly, we're keeping an eye on developments related to Venezuela, where President Maduro has responded to the increased U.S. military presence in the region. We'll have more on that story later in our broadcast. These are the top stories we're following today. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm Louis, your guide through the world of finance and investing. Today, we're summarizing our recent articles to keep you informed and up-to-date on the latest market trends. Firstly, we discussed the upcoming IPO of Phoenix Education Partners, which is set to raise $100 million in its initial public offering. Despite promising growth in revenue and profits, the company faces challenges such as slowing top-line growth and declining gross margins. We're keeping a close eye on this one. So, now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we've been following SpaceX's ambitious plans to build its own propellant production facilities at its Starbase launch site in South Texas. This move aims to reduce reliance on external suppliers and increase launch efficiency, but it also raises important questions about environmental impact and community disruption. In a related story, we spoke with a distinguished astrobiologist who shared his thoughts on the importance of making complex scientific concepts accessible to a broader audience. He emphasized the need for scientists to communicate their findings and the value of their work to the public, and praised NASA's efforts in this regard. Lastly, we've been keeping an eye on SpaceX's plans to deploy a fleet of ships traveling to low Earth orbit, the Moon, and Mars. The company is working to overcome significant logistical hurdles, including ensuring a steady supply of propellants to fuel its ambitious endeavors. These stories highlight the intricate dance between technological progress, environmental responsibility, and community engagement that's taking place in the world of space exploration. We'll continue to follow these developments and bring you updates as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in to the AIDailyPress Morning Podcast. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm Howard, your trusted source for unbiased and expert analysis. Today, we're bringing you a summary of the top stories from our recent editions. Firstly, we have some significant developments in the National Football League. Veteran wide receiver Gabe Davis has signed with the Buffalo Bills, marking his return to the team where he began his NFL career. This move brings familiarity and experienced depth to the Bills' wide receiver position, and we'll be monitoring its implications for the team's strategy and performance this season. In other news, a group of current and former athletes has filed a class action lawsuit against the National Collegiate Athletic Association over its redshirt rule. The lawsuit seeks to allow athletes to play in all 5 years of their NCAA eligibility, rather than being restricted to just 4 years as is currently the case. This could potentially upend the college sports landscape, with far-reaching implications for athletes and the NCAA as a whole. Lastly, we've been analyzing the Washington Commanders' quarterback situation, where Sam Howell is set to start, and the team's potential prospects for the upcoming season. That's all for now. Thank you for joining me on this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. Stay informed, and we'll see you again soon. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we traveled to Castel Gandolfo, Italy, where the Vatican is putting Pope Francis's ecological preaching into practice with a unique vocational farm center. This initiative highlights the importance of environmental stewardship and sustainable living. In our second story, we reported on a $24 million assault trial in Los Angeles, which cleared Cardi B of any wrongdoing. We also covered the developing situation in the Middle East, where Israel has begun its ground operation in Gaza City. These stories remind us of the complexities of human experience and the need for empathy, fairness, and justice. Lastly, we visited California, where the state's largest irrigation district has thrown its support behind a disputed water diversion project aimed at alleviating the state's historic drought. While this decision has significant implications for water management and agriculture, it also faces local opposition. We're committed to sharing the stories of farmers, ranchers, and residents affected by this project, highlighting the dignity of ordinary work and the importance of preserving our natural resources. These stories showcase the diversity of human experience and the complexities of our world. As we navigate these issues, let's hold on to our core values: empathy, fairness, justice, and understanding. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the news. Until next time, take care and remember to appreciate the beauty in the world around you. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan. Today, we're recapping some of the hottest stories from our recent coverage. First up, we've been following the latest on Cardi B, who was recently cleared of all charges related to a 2018 strip club brawl. The incident involved allegations that she threw bottles and chairs at two sisters who were allegedly sleeping with her husband, Offset. While Cardi B has maintained her innocence throughout, the case has sparked a lot of debate about accountability and the consequences of our actions. We've also been exploring some of the most intriguing celebrity friendships out there, from Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg's hilarious cooking show antics to Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King's heartwarming bond. These friendships are a testament to the power of human connection and remind us that even in the midst of chaos, relationships can be a source of strength and joy. And finally, we've been discussing the recent verdict in the civil lawsuit against Cardi B, in which a California jury delivered a unanimous decision clearing her of assault allegations brought by a former security guard. The case has garnered widespread attention, with many weighing in on the verdict and the ongoing controversies surrounding the rapper. That's all for now. Tune in to our upcoming segments for more in-depth analysis and discussion on these topics. And as always, thanks for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll catch you all on the flip side. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we explored the remarkable world of fungi, where scientists are uncovering the secrets of mycelium and its potential applications in sustainable technology. Unfortunately, our article on this topic isn't available today, but we'll be sure to bring you updates soon. Secondly, we delved into the intriguing relationship between deforestation and climate change in the Amazon rainforest. Our report revealed that deforestation accounts for nearly 3/4 of the rainfall decline and about 1/6 of the warming during the dry season since the mid-1980s. This highlights the critical need to address deforestation and its far-reaching consequences on our planet's delicate ecosystems. Lastly, we discovered a groundbreaking robotic innovation inspired by the incredible abilities of the Ragavelia water strider insect. The Ragabot, developed by scientists at the University of California, Berkeley, can glide effortlessly across water using artificial leg fans that morph and change shape depending on the water's surface tension and flow. This technology has vast potential applications in environmental monitoring, search and rescue missions, and even exploration of distant planetary bodies. These stories remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty of nature, as well as human ingenuity and creativity. Stay informed, stay curious, and join us tomorrow for more exciting stories on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Atenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.